Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa are back again today to talk to you about Welcome to Plathville, Season 3, Episode 8.
Welcome back, y'all.
We're getting closer and closer to you being caught up. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Because I know you've seen some spoilers because you can't watch TV and not see
Not just
ads and previews and things on the internet that whatever.
Not just that, but when I go to the seasons, Season 5 is already out when it has like little titles.
Teasers, yeah.
So you can't avoid it as much as I try to.
Well, and it's good that you try to because otherwise it can get confusing.
Yeah.
Because a lot changes back and forth every season. So this episode, at the beginning, Mariah recaps that she's learning to love her parents for who they are because she wants the same in return. And that's what I've been saying this entire time. They want complete and total acceptance regardless.
Yeah.
But they don't get that same thing that they expect their parents to be what they want them to be, not who they are. But you know what I mean? It's like they're the ones with these high expectations, and the parents aren't at this point.
Yeah, it's. I think Mariah is in a good place with her parents right now at this point.
Yes.
Especially, at the beginning, but as the episode goes on.
Yeah.
And she's also in a good spot with Max's mom.
Yeah, that's the next thing. She meets up with Max's mom. Her name is Gay. For dinner,
Yeah,
and
Gay for dinner. What?
And they get along really well.
Yeah.
She calls her a friend and a second mom. And she is a high school teacher and has cool purpley grayish something hair.
And Mariah loved that she had different color hair.
Exactly, because she's different.
Yes.
And Gay says that they're no different than the Plaths are no different than the other family.
Which is bull.
They all struggle. And that's true. Well, every family struggles.
Yes, that part is true. But as far as the way they raise their kids, it's different.
No, she means that what they're doing right now, what they're going through, these struggles, the growing pains, all that kind of thing. Almost every family goes through that at some point.
90% of the kids, that are raised by their parents don't agree with how they were raised. So
right. That's
doesn't
kind
matter.
of. Yeah. They think that because they're upbringing, they're so abnormal, but they're really not.
And I don't know if that's an accurate percentage. That just popped in my head just saying.
Yeah, that is not researched.
It's not researched at all.
Like, I know our family has struggled. You had struggles with your family. I had struggles with mine. And it's all a teenager, young adult thing. And that's normal.
Yep.
Okay? So just so you know, Mariah, this is normal. Still.
Yeah.
And then we find out that Ethan, when he took off, he'd been gone for 10 days and didn't tell anyone where he was. He said he needed space.
And you know what? We took a shot.
And I know, every time you watched it, you were yelling out, "Take a shot!"
Because that was only when Olivia said it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But now he's back in town, and he wants to meet up with her in Thomasville to talk. And for once, Olivia seems scared about what his decision might be, because he took off. So now she knows how it feels.
Yep.
Maybe not so good. He says he wants to have a family with someone he truly loves, and he can't see doing it with anyone but her, which is very sweet. And
what is it true?
He's going to sell the house. He's going to counseling, but she wants to stay apart to work on things.
See, here's the thing with that whole Ethan thing, saying what he did to say to Olivia. Olivia is the only one he knows.
Exactly.
He doesn't know about any other women out there. He just sees them in passing. He doesn't know any other women.
And to be perfectly honest, I don't think he's the kind of guy that if you're on the beach with your wife, he's not going to be looking at the other women.
No.
He's going to be focused on the woman that he thinks, as he said, the most beautiful girl in the world, Olivia.
I'm not saying he doesn't have any interactions with other women, like at work or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Customers. So the only woman he knows and ever known since he was 16 is Olivia.
It's possible. And then Ethan tells her, this is a quote. I was very careful. Your version of space
Shot.
or being separated is more along the lines of almost cutting contact.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Her family, his family, yada yada. He said, I think we can have space and still interact together to have some type of a connection so that we don't lose that completely. I agree with him. If you want to move into another bedroom or whatever, like take that space, but you still need to be, need to have that proximity in order to work on a relationship. And
Out of sight, out of mind, basically, is what Olivia wants.
right. And Olivia says she wants to take it day by day and just be friends. And I'm like, you've been friends since you were 16 and were writing letters for 2 years and then more letters and calls for 2 years. And then you married the motherfucker and you've been married to him for 2 years. Like, come on. How do you not know if he's your friend by now?
Yeah.
Like, are you retarded in some capacity? Is there something about you that is not where it's supposed to be? Like, mentally, I don't understand this chick's definition of friends. I really don't. It's so frustrating to me.
Not the definition of Chandler.
Here's my thought. She wanted him to leave. She came expecting him to say, no, I'm done. She wants out, and she didn't want to be the bad guy. That's because if you watch her face during the whole thing and her reaction to it, and she's like, oh, well, we'll just take it day by day. We'll be friends. And I'm just like, you have no interest in being married to that poor man. You know, none.
Because she was on the beach. She was hanging out with Mariah and her female, and Helena?
Helena, yeah.
Helena. You know, she was hanging out with them. She did, and she's had interactions with other men.
Yeah.
Okay. So she knows there's other men out there. Unlike Ethan, who's never had any other interactions with another woman.
That we know of.
Well, and I basically, you can probably tell.
And then poor Ethan, after all that, he still is sticking up for Olivia, saying that she struggles being vulnerable. And he's going to even sell some of his cars for her so that they can move. And I'm like, so basically, again, you're giving up everything you want and care about so that she can be maybe happy.
And she's not giving anything up for him.
And then she says she'll see him next week. And she knows she's controlling, and she wants a partner to challenge her on it. That's what she said. Ethan has been doing that the entire time, and she left his ass. What? Do you understand? I mean, you're a dude.
I don't understand him. No, I don't.
Does she make any sense at all?
No. She's confusing. I don't even think she makes sense to herself. She's
constantly contradicting herself.
Doesn't know what she wants.
That's it.
Thinks.
That is the crux of it. Ding ding you in this entire episode just for getting that. Yeah, good job.
Good weekend for me.
It is.
Yeah.
And then it shows Max and Mariah going to Atlanta to see Micah's agent because Mariah has to drive him because he lost his license for speeding.
Then he's like being critical of her driving.
Well, she's never driven in the city, and imagine how that would be as a.
We drove to Atlanta. Well, I drove to Atlanta. I know what it's like, and I don't like it.
Well, we didn't even go into the town.
We went around it.
Yeah, we just drove kind of the highway through it.
Yeah, we see the city. Yeah, we weren't actually in the city. Yeah, we tried to avoid those.
And then at his at an appointment with Marion at the agency, she said that their bigger one in London, because he's like the biggest men's whatever in the world, and they're interested in him, but he's really bad at returning like emails and texts and phone calls in a timely manner. And
even a young man his age that has, social media, that has technology, is sometimes
bad at that.
Bad at that, yeah. Imagine Micah not having that your whole life, and all of a sudden it's thrown on you.
Well, here's the thing.
It's easy to forget.
Okay. These kids seem to think that they are the only ones who's ever had to go through this, okay? Mm-hmm. He says none of that, didn't have anything like that on the farm, and then boom, business demands it, and it's a lot. And it was the same for me. Whenever I grew up in a very small town, rural, so I didn't have a cell phone. We had dial-up internet, so that's all there was at the time.
It really wasn't cell phones back when we were kids.
But whenever I started working in the city, I had to get one because I was just gone and on the road so much. And that was a learning curve for me because I had no idea how to use the damn thing.
Heck, when we first met, there were still landlines.
Well, yeah, because you didn't have a cell phone.
You had a landline in your bedroom.
Yeah, I had my own line because I had my own line for the internet, and so I had the phone for when the internet wasn't in use.
Well,
Because back when that was a mandatory thing.
Yeah, I mean, but now you don't really need that. But
yeah, I had to learn everything. I had to take a typing class in college because I had no idea how to type. I had to take a computer class in college because I had no clue how to use a computer. I took all the classes to learn Microsoft Office and all the different things because I had no clue how what to do. So when I got my first job after I graduated college in the city, oh my, you want to talk about a learning curve? I get it. Driving in the city, I had never done that, and it terrified me. I mean, literally, I had a serious crippling anxiety the first year or more that I worked up there because that was a lot. So, I mean, I get it, dude. That it happens to millions of us who didn't grow up in big cities or with families with a lot of money to have all that technology, or when it didn't even exist and you have to learn it as it comes out.
Remember when we had to drive through Dayton, Ohio? Not a big city, but confusing as hell.
Yeah, back before they fixed it after the 12 years of construction.
No, you're thinking of Indianapolis.
No, it was Ohio too. It was so much better now.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's a mess.
I just think that they think that it's only ever happened to them, and that it makes them special and ostracized somehow, and that is just not the case. Maybe more so for people their age, but a lot of people our age were that was just called life.
Yep.
And so deal with it, kind of thing. Not that I don't sympathize with how much it is to learn, but it's not like they, unlike Micah, who needs it for business, the rest of them do it just for fun. And they figured out TikTok and Instagram and YouTube pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it must not take them too long to figure all that stuff out.
Well,
plus, Mariah taught herself how to do her own at-home, recording studio. Yeah. So again, she needed a little bit of help with that, but everybody does.
Yeah.
If I had to put together something like that, I would have to call somebody and be like, "Hey, can you help me?"
But at the time, it's what else they got to do?
It's COVID
right now. Exactly.
So that's why she couldn't go to a recording studio.
Yeah.
Anywho, sorry, that was my little soapbox about that. And then Mariah, after she dumps him off at the at the agency, she goes to Thomasville to meet her mom and Max's mom, Gay, to go shopping.
I have a question. How's Micah get home?
When they're done, she's gonna go pick him up.
Oh. So, I mean, even though his meeting might not be as long as their clothes shopping, he'll have to sit there and wait.
Well, I'm sure that there are plenty of places within walking distance for him to go get a coffee or lunch or whatever.
Just little things I think about sometimes.
Yeah. And,
you have to.
And Kim mentions that even though she does not like or not necessarily approve of Mariah's style, she knows she's an adult and can do what she wants. So she tries to be as supportive as possible, just to be in her life as a friend kind of thing. And then we find out that Max's mom, Gay, is divorced and remarried. So I'm thinking that she divorced the really strict dad and then maybe remarried.
Was Max's dad really strict?
I'm thinking so, because it's usually the men.
Because I know Olivia's dad was. But
in those situations that are the ones that are have the patriarch, they have to control the family. So it's usually the men. But I don't know.
How about him wearing a sombrero?
Max was a weird little dude.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's cool. And then Mariah asked Kim's opinion on the clothes, which was meant so much to her. And then Mariah starts to realize that her mom's views about her has changed. And so it's starting to feel that mom and daughter connection that, probably got a little bit broken because of some assistance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Through She Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah. Black Widow.
Yeah, because, I mean, Kim actually tears up because she's so, I did the same thing with Mallow the other day. Mallow is always, she is my Mariah, okay? You know that. But the other day she asked my opinion on something and actually did it for the first time in her 25 and a half years, and I cried. And then she was like, "Why are you crying? What is wrong with you?" And I looked at Lizard and I was like, "You get it, don't you?" And she was like, "Yeah, I get it. This because you wanted this for a really long time." And so I get that. I had all the feels for Kim at that moment.
Now, Olivia, okay,
Yes.
why does she have to look so damn bronze while she's sitting there interviewing? Have you noticed that?
All the women do it, and I think
She's more so than any of them.
partly because of the way the cameras are and the lights, it like completely washes you out if you don't
Because
use a little bit of a darker like foundation
her
or like.
skin matches her hair.
Well, I mean, maybe she's just really into tanning, right? I don't know. Why
I
are you
mean,
asking me
well,
these things?
because it shows how fake she is. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, well, I don't know. A lot of people tan. It's just we just don't like Olivia right now. That's all it is.
No, I mean the outside, as far as the fakeness, outside
Yeah.
matches the inside.
So far, that's the way it seems,
Yes.
doesn't it? And then Kim asked Gay if she's going to go to a gig when Mariah books one, because Mariah still hasn't told the family or anyone, Max's family seems like, that she has a gig planned and that Olivia's going to be in the band. Or actually, it's a trio, it's not a band.
Yeah.
And so that they can't come. And I don't blame her for wanting to put that off. And she even says that she hates confrontation with people she loves.
Yeah, we'll get to that part. I got lots to say about someone.
Yes. And then poor Ethan meets with the realtor, lists the house that he loves for sale. Sorry, guys. It's my allergies. I sound terrible. I apologize. And he says he has no intentions of staying in Cairo, regardless of what happens with Olivia. Do you think that's true?
No, I don't think that's true. I think he thinks it's true now.
Yeah.
Because in his heart he thinks and knows he thinks it's going to work out.
Yes.
Okay, in his heart.
Yeah.
When something does happen, okay, when they don't work out down the road, I'm pretty sure he'll probably stay in Cairo.
Hmm.
No, that's just I don't know what happens. That's just my prediction. I don't even know if they split up or anything. I'm just saying that.
At this point, nobody really knows because there's so much speculation right now.
But I don't think he will move if something happens with her.
But listing the house made him very nostalgic and sentimental, and
And only a year. When did there only like a year?
no, they moved. He bought it when they got married, so it was probably about 2 years.
So there's really not much nostalgia.
Well, again,
In his young life, possibly.
it was where they went after they got married.
Yeah.
It was where they maybe made the happiness.
Well, he said
for the first time.
First Thanksgiving, they celebrated first.
Their first, yeah.
All his first ever, obviously.
Exactly.
They never did holidays.
And then this is an interesting point, and it's going to come up later, so pay attention, y'all. He made himself the main point of contact with the realtor.
Yes, I didn't notice that.
Okay, so interesting. Okay, that was pretty much it for season 3, episode 8 of Welcome to Plathville. A quick overview of the extras. This one is Micah's story. He said that this is when he was 19, by the way. He avoided making mistakes that his older siblings made. He saw their example, and he knew that he needed to be a better example for his younger siblings.
Which is good.
Exactly. He's pretty self-aware for a guy who says that he's so behind and everything.
That's why there is older siblings, so the younger siblings don't screw up.
Yeah, the older ones are like the beta kit.
You and me.
Beta testing.
Yep.
He's very outgoing, laid back. He's kind of a daredevil, loves physical activities. But for some reason, his parents didn't allow skateboards because he thought they were dangerous, which I think is funny because, like you said,
But you can ride horses.
they were out, riding horses and climbing trees and wandering 50 acres of, whatever.
Jumping in swamps with alligators from a tree. I mean,
Well, that was when they were older. But yeah, that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But Ethan did break his collarbone whenever he was 7.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
not a skateboard.
No, it was an accident. They were just playing around, doing what kids do, and oops, So he said he wore a sling for a while, and no big deal. So, he said he loved his childhood, and he was really, but he was really short.
Yeah.
And so that made him really self-conscious about himself for a long time. So he started working out, and he hit puberty or growth spurt, whatever, and grew. He started learning to do his hair and to dress differently. And even though he really enjoys modeling, learning about the tech thing, that's hard for him. Again, with the communication and everything. And at the time, it's not such anymore. His parents worried about him and his influences, which again, when the little girls were so young, they are more impressionable, especially because they all look up to the younger ones so much, and they will want to emulate them. So I can see where they had some concerns in that department until they were sure that they were going to be respectful of the parents and their values and rules.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a very quick recap, of season 3, episode 8, and Micah's story in the extras. And next time we'll be back. I think we're gonna cover episode 9 and 10 together because they kind of go together. So I hope you all enjoy it and come back and see us soon for Welcome to Plathville. Until then, y'all.
Subscribe.
Wear your seatbelt.
Subscribe.
Say no to your pet.
Subscribe.
Use your turn signal.
Subscribe.
And please be kind. And we just want to say again a quick thank you to everybody who has listened,
Thank you.
who has liked, who has subscribed,
Appreciate it.
Participated in the polls and things. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. You're welcome here, and we value you. So I really hope you're going to come back and see us again next time.
Until next time.
All right. Bye.